right, guys. I'm back from down Mexico way, and I'm back in DJs BrewTube style. And why is that? Because my good buddy Dave from 1021 Brewing has hooked me up with yet another. That's right, another tour of New England beer mail. So I'm going to get this box of Liquid Happiness cracked open, all unpacked, because I know Dave's packed this hella good, and show you what's in this box. I'll be back in a flash. Alright guys, I'm back. I suspected Dave had this beer packed hella good up in there. And before I get into the beer mail, Dave, thanks a million for sending me this awesome, sort of homecoming beer geek present, because that really rocks. I'm glad to be back in the US of A, yay yay, and drinking some awesome high-level craft beer. Mexico's really come a long way, and every year they get better, but it's just not the same as beer at home, I guess. There's no beer like at home. There's no beer like at home. Anywho, I even got my USA shirt on tonight because I'm back from work, and that's what happens. You come back from vacation, the next morning you leave the house at 5 in the morning, and you go work, and then you pass by the office and you say, God damn, I got me a pack of Liquid Happiness, ha ha ha. Anyway, enough of that. So, let's see what's in the box. What's up with the Liquid Happiness? So, first we have a beer from Cape Cod Beer. Now, like I said, this is a another tour of New England beer mail. These guys are out of Hyannis, Massachusetts, and we have their Beach Blonde. This is a blonde ale, as the name suggests, clocks in at 4.9% ABV and 10 IBUs. Next, we have a very New England sounding beer company name. It's Knockabout, which I believe is how it's pronounced, and these guys are Knockabout Beer Company, and this is their Knockabout APA. Now these guys are out of Osterville, Massachusetts, and it clocks in at 5% ABV and 31 IBUs. Gotta freaking like that. So next, we have a really homebrew-centric beer. That's right, Dave does homebrew, so thus the 1021 Brewing moniker, and it's a beer from Hermit Thrush Brewery out of Brattleboro, Vermont, and it's their Party Guy. Now, why am I saying this beer is homebrew centric? Well, Party Guy is a party guile beer, which means a second runnings beer. They run a bigger beer. In this case, they ran a Belgian barley wine first. That was, I think, clocking in like 13% or some mess like that. And then the second runnings, which means the second washing over of the grains, you get a small beer or table beer or party guile. This beer clocks in at 3% ABV. Generally, they don't have IBUs for party guile beers, but I'll bet this is probably like in that 5 to 10 range, somewhere around there, since it's a second runnings kind of beer. So, next, we have another beer, a big old beer from Cape Cod Beer, who is also, as you remember, Hyannis, Massachusetts, and what is it? It is their bitter end, like it's a bitter end to your vacation in Cape Cod. This beer clocks in at 8.5% ABV and 100 plus IBUs, just like, I don't know, another beer off from that neck of the woods. Heady Topper. Coincidence? You never know. So, next up. Yes, speaking of awesome beers out of Massachusetts, as you guys know, one of my favorite breweries that Dave has sent me beer from before is Treehouse Brewing Company out of Monson, Massachusetts. And what beer was Dave kind enough to send me? He sent me Julius, and look, it's in their new, flashy, commercially produced can. Remember, this clocks in at 6.8% ABV and between 40 and 70 IBUs, and the last time I reviewed this American IPA, I gave it a freaking 100. Now, Dave said the beer has changed a little bit. In his perception, he's drank this beer many times since he lives fairly close to the brewery, so I'm going to explore this one again. I'm going to do a re-review of it and see if it has changed. In fact, you know what, because I've had green since then, and I'm wondering, since they're running bigger production on this beer, I wonder if that's affected it. I'd like to know that. I'd like to see things. Another beer that I really like to see how it has changed. But, oh wait, you know what? I'm not going to get to that one yet. We're going to tease you a little bit because we got something pretty awesome in this box. That's right. No, we've got another really cool beer, though. Another new beer. That's right. A beer from Otter Creek and Jack's Abbey. That's right. This is their joint custody. You remember Otter Creek, out of Middlebury, Vermont? That's right. And Jack's Abbey out of Massachusetts. I can't remember what part of Massachusetts because I've got beer memory, but I do know that this beer clocks in at 6.2% ABV and 40 IBUs. It's supposed to be a Nouveau Pilsner. Why? Because they're using a big boatload of new German hops and traditional German Pilsner brewing methods. And as you know, in my opinion, Jack's Abbey is making the finest American-made lagers at this time, so I'll bet you this beer kicks ass because Otter Creek knows hoppy. So, I was teasing you before about another beer that I like to, kind of see how it has changed, in my opinion, since it's been a while since I've had it. And what beer is that? Well, it's a beer that comes out of Waterbury, Vermont. That's right. We got a little heady topper action here. That's right, the one and only 8% ABV, 120 IBUs, DIPA heady topper. Dave, you rock, man. And he said in his note, hey, I couldn't go up to that, neck of the woods and not grab you a heady topper, man. You freaking rock, my brother. This is just another awesome beer mail from Dave. I'm feeling super lucky and blessed, and also super lucky and blessed to know guys like Dave and to be in such a cool YouTube community as the BrewTube world. There's very few douchebags in this community, and it's always a lot of fun. And even the haters, man, you know what? They ain't that bad. Well, sometimes they are, but that's another story. Anyway, so you see we got a whole stack of reviews coming your way. Not like there ain't a whole stack also coming your way, but you know how we rolling around here. The train just keeps chugging. This is the coal to fuel the fire, and that's how it works. So, to the next DJ BrewTube, once again, thanks a million to you, Dave. Also, remember to think globally, drink locally, and support the craft beer movement, because that is what creates for the variety you see before us, and even cool beers coming out like freaking Party Giles in a can as a commercial product. I thought I would never, ever see that. That's so homebrew based and like throwback brewing, man. Anywho, so remember to also rate, comment, subscribe, especially if this is your first time with us. And what do you got to do too? You got to smash that like button. So to the next DJ BrewTube, I got a whole lot of fun in front of me, a bunch of love right up here in the heart for you guys, and you know what's coming? That's right. Are you ready for it too? Oh, I think you are. A big ass. Peace out!